Welcome to the Alien Romulus review. I wasn't expecting this because I didn't think I said I would review this, but I just felt like going to the movies because it was $5. Why not?
Mine was $1.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I can
I
show you
feel
the receipt.
I feel robbed. I'm thinking I got a deal catching this joint for $5,
It's like
but
a
a dollar.
hold on, let me get the exact price. It
Ew,
was like
that's good pricing right there. But clearly, Jay Star is joining me for this review. And apparently,
yes,
I
I
will be
is.
joining him to go see this for a dollar because what? Damn, what a deal.
Yeah, when you're a member to certain programs, you get deals.
Yo, the fact that I didn't use my whatchamacallit cash on this, I could have been free.
Dude, I
Damn.
got like at the moment, I got like 8 free tickets.
Yeah, because I didn't. Okay, well, what I didn't do is I didn't use Alamo for this because I was like, I'm not spending Alamo money on this movie. So I used my insider's perks, but I didn't redeem any of my extra perks because I got a ton of points from like pre-pandemic, and obviously I've been going to, Alamo for the most part. I
Right.
really should have made this a free all right. Enough of my complaints about, inflation and the cost of films. How is it going, J Star?
Everything is going all right.
That's what's up. Okay, just in case you are not familiar with the alien synopsis, here it goes. Space colonizers come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station. Rated R, which I honestly don't know how, but whatever.
Yeah, I
Because
want to talk about that too. I
oh,
think
oh
that's
yeah,
that stretch.
mm-hmm.
I didn't
It was
see what
very
they
much
were.
so.
It was a stretch.
Yeah, this is just speaking to like the sensitivity of ratings now. Because
Mhm.
take your kids to this one. Deadpool, I'd probably say no, but
Yeah,
that
I'd
felt
say, "Hell
more
no, don't do that."
right. That felt more raunchy than this. I was just like, okay. Runtime of an hour and 59 minutes. And of course, this falls into horror and sci fi as far as these genres. Disclaimer per use. This will be. You know
I
what?
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Nah, fuck it. We're doing regular. Spoiler.
Yeah,
There's gonna be some spoilers. We're not
yeah.
spoiler free in this because honestly,
Like, there's a history, like, in between it's not and you didn't really you know what? With this movie, it was basically a bridge.
facts with a lot of
So,
callbacks and
that's all it
references.
was. So, it's
Yeah,
not like you really missed.
pretty much. And as far as like the required reading, watching thing, like if you haven't seen Alien 1 and 2,
Are you
what are you
serious?
doing
Mm,
with your life?
like, why? Why are you here? Just
Literally the best two of the franchise, but whatever.
Mhm.
But
And
yeah, we'll
honestly, you
just
only need to watch the first one.
that's a fact. In order to like get an understanding for this movie, I'll say.
Mhm.
Well, since we're doing spoilers, I'll give you some extra background because I'm feeling extra nerdy.
Word. Let that
Because
nerd flag fly.
obviously, if you're not sure where the hell the name Romulus comes from, duh. Let me give you this little background story and flex my art history muscles a bit because you don't get to use them every day, if ever.
Oh, talk your shit.
So, Romulus and Remus are twin sons of Mars, aka God of War. Does that sound familiar?
Mhm.
Oh my God, the connections are connecting. So, okay, cool. After fighting between them, of course, a lot of stuff happened before. This is very truncated. I'm giving you here. Romulus kills Remus, and then Romulus's rule of Rome continues for about 40 years before he turns into a god himself. And Rome is said to be named after him in his honor. And tying it back to the art history little piece, you likely 9 times out of 10 have seen the bronze statue of Mother Wolf feeding Romulus and Remus. Like they're literally, for lack of a better word, we're all adults here, but it sounds funny, suckling her teeth. But this
Mhm.
is after their mom, Rhea, went to jail and they were abandoned. And okay, whatever. I ain't got to get into the extras. But anyhow, that story was better than this movie. So
Mhm. Definitely.
there you go. Don't say you never tuned into verbal vibe mode and didn't learn anything new.
You learned the things.
Little things plus the spoilers. Yay! So now we can go in with the story. How'd you feel about it?
I felt like it was a stretch for a bridge. I think they just should have did better. But
Mhm.
given the fact that it was like somebody came through, was like, dude, I have an idea to connect everything. And they
Mhm.
read the script halfway through and it was like, yeah, go ahead, whatever.
Not halfway through, so they didn't even finish reading the script. It's
No, I
like,
did.
this checks
That,
out."
that checks out. It was like they saw the one linking character. It was like, yep, that's cool.
Seriously, because okay, we're just gonna give you more stories and backgrounds. This way I can actually give you people. That sounds terrible. How offensive. Who am I
Right?
talking to y'all like this? This is wild. So I can give you all the listeners background on the characters as well as the actors and actresses who did their thing in this movie. So specifically this movie, less of like a dry synopsis that I did before. It's set in the year 2142, 2 years from now. Rain.
It feels like it.
Yeah, that's a
It's-
fact. Kaylee Spaney plays Rain, and her defective bionic brother Andy, David Johnson, went a way off the dump of the planet that they live on. Rain's boyfriend Tyler, who is played by Archie Renault, informs them of an abandoned space colony containing cryo chambers and a ship capable of transporting them to a wonderful planet. Ah. And doesn't that just sound like a basic story of trouble?
That's like every
That's
plot of Aliens is like the
wor
stapled plot.
Thanks, Disney. So anyway, the crew of
Mhm.
scavengers comprised of Tyler's sister Kay, who is Elizabeth Merced, their fiery cousin Yorn, played by Spike Farron, and his pilot girlfriend Navarro, played by Eileen Wu, embark on a flight to the outpost. But Rain did not tell her bot brother that they were planning to leave without him. Initially, of course. But when they arrive at the station, they discover it's one of the few places that housed facehuggers and bum ba da ba xenomorphs.
Mhm.
Before the ship crashes into the belt, they face the threat of countless aliens, bringing us aliens. Romulus. We it basically has like the I guess all the fixings of a basic story to where like again, you don't have to do the required watching and homework before.
Yeah, you really don't.
You can get into this just by sitting down,
Just about
honestly.
if you even have an idea of what the series is about, you're fine.
That's a fact. Like, if you remember, like, the little flashbacks and clips and all the rest of that nonsense, you'll be just fine. You're not gonna be like, "Wait, what was that? Who was that?"
hmm
But if you are a fan and obviously have been watching for years and everything else like that, you're gonna see some cool stuff and callbacks.
Yeah, the callbacks is like the only thing about
That's a
this.
fact. Because how did you feel about the jokes?
They were corny except for the obvious one, the callback for the first movie.
Yeah,
Like it was like it just felt like the writing to me was subpar. Like except for the one flushed out
very,
character that had a full arc,
very subpar.
but that was it.
Yeah. But, like, they
Um,
didn't do enough with the writing. It was very flat and, like, one tone. And then I was thinking, like, I remember at least reading about it because I didn't really, again, look into this much as far as like the first trailer. That was it for me. But I did see like someone mention that this was honestly supposedly supposed to go straight to Hulu.
and it felt like that. You can feel that. You
Yep,
can. You want to know
exactly.
what's funny? I thought Prey should have hit theaters, and this should have went to Hulu.
Hello? Because what? That would have been better as far
Prey
as like
was
a,
way better. Like, what the
my
hell was they
God.
thinking?
Yeah,
I thought that was gonna be trash. I went
that's a
in with
fact.
low expectations and was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I went in with none for Prey. That is very true. Damn. Yeah, y'all should have flipped this and just put this on TV, or excuse me,
Mhm.
streaming. The kids don't say TV anymore.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's how old we are. We say TV still.
The boob tube, like, "Shut up, old man," like, the fu the pacing I'm sorry, the pacing dragged for me. Like, for an hour and 59 minutes, it felt like an hour and 59 minutes.
Yeah, but and that's it. And you want to know what's weird? I feel opposite with that one because it felt like
Mhm.
they wrote it the way they did all the scene because that was good too. The scene
Yeah.
dressing that was good, but it
Oh, for
actually
sure.
felt like you were in that time crunch with them. It didn't
It
feel
did,
like it was dragged out in certain places. It just felt like you were actually going through it with them because of the time crunch. So
and
it kind of
yeah.
fit.
I'll agree with that, and that's way it kinda, like, transforms you into the story too. So, like, yeah, you get that nice little nostalgic slash feel of when, like, a story basically, like, consumes you. Not that you're in their world, but you know what I mean, when you're watching
Yeah.
something, you're like, you're in it.
Mhm.
People probably like, "The hell? What movie theaters do y'all go to where y'all feel like y'all in the movie?
Right,
Don't worry about it."
because the movie itself, it had, like, a meta time stamp.
Oh, for sure it did, and they
So
referenced that too in the movie itself.
so it was like they had a time crunch to complete something, and it actually, like, kinda almost fit within the movie's time, line,
Yeah.
how the length of the movie.
Mhm.
So I thought that
Very
was
smart.
interesting.
I was about to say, conceptually, they probably developed that first, and then that's why everything else fell short.
Mhm, because the idea was to be like Alien Isolation, the game.
Mhm.
So, like, the way, like, it carries itself throughout the length of the game for the story.
Yeah,
So, that's where that idea possibly came from.
for sure. As far as performances, I'll say they did a pretty good job carrying
Yeah, they
as
tried
far as Rain
really
and Andy.
hard.
They did.
Andy
It
was
was the
my
writing.
favorite.
Of
Andy,
course.
like,
Aw.
he was the best. Well,
He was Andy.
I forget
Yeah.
her character name, but Alien also did well.
Who?
Alien Wu, I think, she was the Asian character.
Oh, Eileen Navarro, yeah, in
Eileen,
that
I thought,
in the
yo, I
pilot.
heard
She
someone
did
else say
good.
it, and they said her name was Alien. I was like, "Oh, they went that far? They look for
Dog,
an actress
Eileen.
named Alien?"
Come
I'm
on,
sorry, I
Eileen.
Eileen,
Yeah,
I apologize.
don't be listening to these random people on the street. Her name is Alien Wu. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Aileen. Eileen. No,
Mm,
even if you no, Eileen, just leave
that's
it
a
like that.
stretch.
That's OD.
But you know
Somebody
how
over
hood
here.
people be.
That's a fact. Hey, yo, you know her name is Alien too? Yeah.
But
But no,
she
she
did
did a
good,
really
like,
good job.
she panicked well. She did the good panic. Like, 'cause,
Oh yeah.
each movie has the panic because of the obvious chest burster.
That's a fact. And then you got the main person that can essentially man the ship. This is the pilot. We need you. And
Exactly,
then
like, and I saw that scene, like, for a trailer,
yeah.
and I thought it was gonna be ruined, and she done that so well
No,
that
she
the trailer
delivered.
didn't even do anything to that.
Yeah.
Didn't
The face
degrade
sucker scene was
that.
good. That was really
Mhm.
good. Because when she came to, it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then Andy, yeah, he was really good. I don't even have any complaints about him. Like, he just had to perform dry, but he gave it. But like some of the lines, it was just like, why did they write that for him? But no
Mhm.
complaints.
No complaints. It was like he sold it, especially once
Definitely,
he got
yeah.
that upgrade. Oh, man.
Man, crazy. Least favorite character?
The main.
You didn't like Rain?
Nah, I don't
She
like
was
her.
she was boring.
Very boring. She was, like,
Yeah.
one dimension.
It was just like, I'm not gonna say an easy role to fit, but if
I
she
will.
did it, well, damn, she did it
And
successfully.
and why I say that is because of the way it was written. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
anything to her skill. I was just saying it's because it was how it was written.
Like, they coulda gave her more to do with
Mhm.
that character.
Yeah. So I don't
I got
blame any of the actors, it's mostly the writing.
Yeah, they did what they could have done with the script, performed how they could have. Because honestly, I mean, we'll get into the budget later, but how'd you feel about the CGI and effects?
Mm, the only thing that was good was, like, the thing that we all know that I hate the most, explosions in space.
What the fuck?
Because it's not real. Like, that's like like, I understand it's all fiction, but at least the one thing, stop fooling people to think that you're gonna see flames in
The
space.
flames and boom and crashing
Yeah,
and explosion.
you might hear a loud noise if you're on the opposite end of the thing, but if you're on the outside, you won't. There's nothing to
You're
reverberate.
not gonna hear anything, right? And they kind of tried that, especially in
Yeah,
that part where
certain
she was
scenes.
outside of the ship,
Yeah, that was
and she was in
awesome.
a suit. That
That
part
was
was good.
awesome. Like,
Like,
they
that
try
was
it was
true
like,
to
"Oh,
the
yeah," it was like they remembered.
right. It was like, "Hold up, we're not supposed to hear nothing. Uh-oh." That shit is so true. But yeah, I mean, you gotta make stuff blow up in a movie to get
Yeah, you
people's
got to.
attention.
You gotta Michael Bay it every now and then.
That's offending because other than that, I feel like as the movie went on, the effects got worse. Did that feel like it for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Except for the outside of the actual ship scene. Other than that, it felt like it
I
went downhill
I
after that.
felt like the new Xenomorph was a reach, It was like they didn't know what design to go with,
They didn't know. Yeah.
and they went with that. And it was like
I wasn't impressed.
I wasn't. I felt that was a slap in the face because it kind of like far as like genetics is concerned. So it's like it's
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't go backwards like
Mhm.
that, and that the way it did, like that was too far backwards.
Yeah.
Because like the way they say like the history went was that our genomes came from them
Allegedly.
allegedly, right? Like
Are
so,
you 7'7" by any
right?
chance?
No, it's exactly. So it's like so allegedly we came from them, and then the xenomorph that comes from what would be them is different, and then the
Yeah.
xenomorph that comes from us would basically look like them. It was weird.
Mhm.
It was like it kind of seemed it didn't kind of it was an absolute stretch. But it was like they wanted
No.
to bring that character in because now it's like it puts a chicken and egg situation
Yeah,
question
they
in
had
there.
to put more space for potential if they decide to do it. Well, I
Like
feel like they
and they
are gonna
don't
do
need to because the way they wedge this one in, they can
that. Mhm.
continue to wedge in movies.
That's a fact.
The way the movies are set up, you can always make a side story that somehow connects.
That's true, to tie up all those damn loose ends.
Yeah, so yeah, the way the original story is written, it's easy to wedge those stories in. That's how come this one kind of fit. It was supposed to
Uh,
fit, I mean.
and then knowing Disney, they always willing to stretch something out for
Yeah, speaking of Disney, I
point.
was kinda surprised that I still saw the 20th century thing on there.
Again.
I wasn't mad, I was just like, "Oh, okay,
20th
whatever."
century summer.
Yeah, exactly, right?
This is wild as hell, yo. So now we're gonna get into I mentioned budget before.
Mhm.
I feel like this was an easy way to turn a profit because the budget was only 80 million approximately to make.
No, okay, they can get that back. They'll
Not
scrape
terrible.
they'll barely get they'll probably make 90.
You're close. This weekend they made 41.5 million domestically
Mhm.
and approximately 66.7 million internationally
Okay,
with a
that's close.
global gross of approximately, 108
Yeah, I wasn't
million.
that off.
Which isn't terrible, but
No,
considering I
considering
think
what it
they
was, that's exactly what I expect
yeah,
from
I
this
think
movie.
yeah, meet or beat, that's it, and essentially, I think they beat their expectation
Mhm, yeah, definitely beat it.
for, like, a late summer movie right before everybody goes back to school and everything, yeah.
Like, this was supposed to have come out early summer, like, end of June or
Mhm.
early July,
Yes, sir.
but the end of summer, it tells you that they had no faith.
They didn't, they're just trying to throw it out there just to, keep the
Mhm.
roster up
Because if
before,
that was the case, they should
the
have
holiday
waited for
stuff.
October.
Would you have waited for Halloween for this?
No, but I'm just saying they would have had a better time
I feel like, yeah, because
because
that's an easy way to
the
pitch
spirit of
the
horror would have
art, yeah.
been there,
But, nah,
so
they would have to go up against some hitters for October, so
yeah, they
I
would
would
have
have
had to
just stayed out of there.
choose when they would have did it. If
Yeah.
they would have did it, like, first weekend of October, they'd have been alright.
Mhm. But, yeah, considering no holidays, no nothing, I mean, not terrible, but woo for them.
Mhm. They over there high-fiving each other like, "Yeah, we got away with this one." Mhm.
Ooh, I'm not gonna get this out of my paycheck, great. So, with that being said, what would you rate Alien Romulus?
Solid 3. Maybe a 2.5. Yeah, it's, 2.5.
There it is, overall, I rate this a 2.5 out of 5. 'Cause yeah, I mean, it was straight for what it was. Is this a must-see, go-see?
No.
If you can get it for a dollar like J-Star, absolutely, you should go see this because, yeah, a dollar would be worth it,
A
but
dollar, yeah, yeah. If it's
you
on HBO, go ahead.
oh, when it comes to
Dis
HBO or
what
excuse me, Disney
Disney,
Plus
you're right,
and the
my
rest of
bad.
them, go ahead and watch it on streaming because
Yeah,
yeah, it's
just
not like I gotta go see this now, you'll be
yeah,
fine.
just wait for it.
No end credits or extra scenes either, so yeah.
Surprising,
Because
given
I
that
was
the potential was there to make a not a
clearly
sequel, but what I was just saying, wedging stories in.
an easy way to just tee up, like, what's coming next for the world or whatever the hell
But
they're
at
saying.
the same time, it was also refreshing not seeing it.
Low key, yeah, and there's it's been a while since I actually got up after a movie and left, like, shoot,
Exactly. And I was like, oh, I get up. Okay, this is what
collect
people
my
do.
things.
Look at me being a regular person.
Word. You see everybody else sitting there like, "Hey, wait, there's no extra credits?" Like, "Nah,
Yeah,
there's not."
yeah. The amount of people that stayed behind, assuming that it
People
was
was
gonna be,
waiting. I was like, "Nah, let me
I
get to my
stopped,
car."
and because all right, if you go to the movies, you'll eventually start to see the same faces, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So the average group of people seen that I got up and they
Yeah,
got up
that's a fact. Then you got the couple of deniers like, "Let me Google this before I get up."
because
It's
they
like,
know
"Nah."
I Google and stuff before.
Like, I know my shit. Like, listen, there is a post,
I even
mid, and
heard them. They
end.
was like, "Nah, he got up. Go."
Let's go. We gotta go. Gotta get to the car before the crowd. All in all, just wait till it comes to streaming.
Yeah, just wait. Wait till the VHS drop, so you can be
VHS is sick. Oh my god.
alright.
Yo. In SD.
Yes, indeed. No, what it was, VFH.
That's insane. Just get the Betamax. Just stick to
The
the Betamax.
Betamax.
You'll be fine. Kids are like, "The hell are they
The
talking
hell are they
about?
talking
My god. I used to think DVDs were a thing." However, be sure to connect with us via Spotify poll and Q&A sections, leaving your thoughts about the movie Alien Romulus. You can also do so on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Verb. I said Twitter. Oops. I mean
That's
X.
what it was.
Whatever.
I'm gonna call it what his mama did.
Still Twitter. Sorry. I tried it for a little bit, but then Twitter still comes out. You still send
Yeah,
out
that,
tweets and
and that was me, so I didn't bother. Like,
or at
even Yvonne knows.
verbalvitamin.com. Elon
Even he
ruined the
knows.
platform, but that's a whole nother situational. You can also leave us a voicemail. All links are in the description box. Peace.
He's